Italian burlesque show
Oh yeah.
at the end of the week.
Yes.
I hope Daring Dan decides to come.
Well, they said he'd be there.
True.
Oh, that static's getting really aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I hear actually now.
Oh, Matt just went full static, that's why.
Matt's been replaced by static.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
I play with a guy on Xbox that his mic's like that constantly. I'm like, bro, you need to get a new mic.
Oh god, I couldn't play with somebody regularly if their mic was like that. And be like, we can be friends, but you're muted.
Yeah, basically. I turn it down to where it's like his, I could select whose volume I want. I'll turn his down to like barely able to hear him.
Poor guy.
What time is your get together starting?
I guess we didn't really talk about that, but it's kind of like a show.
Well, we don't
so
want
yeah,
people to get
evening
stuck
makes
out
sense.
in curfew, though. Like, all these people leaving.
Early evening.
Yeah, before curfew.
It's a matinee show.
What time is curfew? Like actual curfew?
Sunset. Since
Is it really?
during... Yep. This is during the summer, that's probably fairly late.
Yeah,
I
think
the
like
curfew in the game is 9:30.
So like
okay,
six
so
or-
like
so it's after sunset then.
5 o'clock is 6 o'clock in there. Probably plenty of time.
Yeah,
And we have all
6
this food and stuff too, so around dinner time is good too.
Okay.
I sourced the freshest of farmer ingredients.
Well, then it's the night out. Your team of stealthy Tengu have secured a safe house in which to hold this, and associated parties have done what they can to turn it into a venue that can host a show.
Nice. I will participate in every decorating option I can.
You do.
Yeah, I'm gonna be more focused on. I mean, I know I'm gonna help build the stage, like any kind of like heavy lifting construction stuff. But then also I want to kind of see about the security detail, like bouncers and stuff.
You do have some of your supporters you've already earned. Some of the freed Saltworks prisoners that are more than happy to either do that or be under your charge as security.
Nice.
Okay, and I'll just go through like if say the Dotari come around, don't shoo them off. Let them see what's going on. Let them see it's a show. It's perfectly legal. There's no mint or anything at the event, etc. And then, like, I also kind of point to, I assume there's somewhere like that's our like back room area where we can have like more private conversations. I'd say like kind of gloss over here. Don't lead them this direction.
Okay.
Just distract them with food and things like that and drink.
They tell you that they can also make an actual distraction, too. They'll cause a ruckus somewhere else to draw their attention.
Yes, if freedom's not drawing enough attention, then yes, that may be necessary.
Yeah, there's about 6 of them in all that are going to be doing this. Your freedom fighters, basically, and they ask you, what should we call ourselves? So yeah, we need a team name uh, under your supervision,
These
Mister.
are our
You
bouncers,
give them
sir.
their name.
Call them the bouncers.
Mr. Walker.
I mean, I am okay with calling them the bouncers. I kind of like the idea of calling them like a security squad because it has alliteration.
Do you want that to be their name?
Yes. Up for changing later. I don't want to like make that decision and have it set in stone. But for now,
What,
let's just call
security
them the
squad?
security squad. So I don't know if we're gonna have more than one.
Special security squad. SSSS.
Yeah, we might. Yeah. We might want to be a little careful with abbreviations here, actually, now that I think about it. But, how about the Revolution Security Squad, RSS?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure.
I don't know.
I like short
We can
names.
change it later.
I was just joking, but
We can change it later. Okay, we'll just call them the Security Squad for now, but whatever. Like, I don't know. I can't be. I'm not clever right now. I just woke up. I was taking a nap.
Okay.
Shit.
Excuses.
No puns coming out of him for a little bit.
Yeah, I guess not. All right. Then, as the night begins, there are some people steadily trickling in.
I'll greet people.
And did you say you wanted to do this as like identities masked?
Yeah, it's like a masquerade, so yeah. You don't have to have a mask, but you're welcome to.
Okay, it seems like everyone's adhering to that because they never know who could be there,
Right.
and they certainly don't want to be reported to any Thrune agents. So far,
And to
there's
cover
no
my
one
teeth so nobody
who
can see them.
right.
That was
So
the
far,
real
there's
reason.
no one who sounds like or that has made mention of a daring Dan.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna I guess as people are entering, I'm gonna try to pay attention to people entering and make sure somebody doesn't see suspicious, I guess.
Okay. You are paying attention to people who are entering.
Take a note.
Pluto, you notice one person in particular.
Ooh.
Alright.
Even with their mask, it's someone that you would know.
Someone I know, alright.
Ooh.
Yep. Describe them to me.
Ah, man, I'm being put on the spot.
Uh-oh.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Likes long
Tall,
watches
dork,
on
and
the beat.
handsome.
No, say it looks like a like a lanky elf with the typical colorless eyes of a forlorn.
Oh, okay. Are we going with the gray elf, or is that something different?
I I'm not sure. I don't know what a gray elf is, but a forlorn elf is an elf that lives amongst human society, and they have kind of like colorless eyes is kind of like a side effect of them kind of being. It's kind of because like a lot of the people that they grow up with all end up dying before like they even reach adulthood.
So they're jaded, they're soulless.
Kind of like
Not
they're
soulless, but yeah, jaded certainly.
Jaded's
It's
a good
probably
way
like a
to-
weird elf thing. It's not quite like a bleached gnome, but somewhat in the same vein, right?
Yeah, I guess actually their eyes are black, is what it is. They're like, but yeah, they don't have like the normal like vibrant colors that elven eyes normally would have.
Okay. Then you recognize this person, and would you say they recognize you, even with a mask?
Mm, probably not with the mask on.
Then they greet you at the entrance, and they're asking, this is the right place, right? Is this person male or female?
Male.
Then they ask you if this is the right place.
Yeah, and I say probably,
If
but
you
I
found
can't.
yourself here, yeah.
I can't answer that for sure. That's something you'll have to decide on your own.
Yes, very well then.
Yeah, you're welcome
Give
to
them the
stay here
lawyer
as long as
answer.
it takes for you to decide that. Yeah.
Okay.
And
There's
Amon will take note to go talk to this guy later.
mm-hmm.
Is that your future character?
Maybe.
I want my future character to be like young Arthur before he pulled the sword out of the stone.
What,
Hey,
like
that's who
Disney's
shows up then,
Sword in the
right?
Stone?
I love that movie.
It could be. What time does the show officially start?
When it seems like there's a population in here, we'll start it.
Okay.
In other words, like there's still not people at the door coming in. Like it's kind of like slowed down and yeah.
Then we'll say after 45 minutes, it doesn't seem like there's too many other people coming in, and there's a decent crowd of some like almost 100 people
Oh wow.
that are brave enough to come here to see what's going on.
Curious. Or they
It
just
seems like many of them are. It seems like many of them are seekers of whatchamacallit, of the subtext that you guys put in there. Like there is a whispers around everywhere talking about the hosts of this show, and some people are connecting dots around the freeing of the imprisoned Salt workers and the some group that have been righting wrongs in the Devil's Playground or the Devil's Nursery.
And with that, I'll start the show. Yeah.
All right, you do. Freedom shows up on the recently built stage.
Yes, and I'll do like a strut catwalk to the front, and then I'm going to announce the show and greet everybody. I'm going to use my best charismatic abilities to do that. And then
All right, you do that, and there's a round of applause. You have such a whatchamacallit, a force of personality that even with the mask, you can tell that these people do recognize you, and they don't say your name like to you, but some people start making like alluding to like freedom has come to Cantargo and stuff like that.
And then I rip off my clothes and start doing a very risque dance.
You start the show. Literally.
Start the show.
All right, you do that.
And then also this is for my job. I didn't make that much money. Shit.
Okay. Let's see. That's
Oh, and this is for talking to the crowd.
times. All right. Yep. You are a charismatic son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't dance, I strut, so this is a little different, but hey.
It is, but you do it, and people have spirits in their hands, and they've got plenty to look at. So it looks like the crowd is pleased.
And then after my set, I'll stay in what I'm wearing, if anything, and
Okay.
start mingling with the people.
You do start mingling with the people, and
Yeah.
of
same
course,
here.
since you've all right, of course, since you've been showing yourself off, there is someone who actively seeks you out, Freedom.
Oh, goody.
So, someone that you know.
Oh.
Please describe them.
Wait, I know somebody?
Yeah.
I guess you don't have to know them, but they know you somehow. Well, even before this.
This isn't in my backstory. This is like impromptu.
This might be impromptu.
Okay.
I'm asking you to introduce an NPC that is going to be one of the supporters that you gain tonight.
Oh, okay. It's a blonde fellow, very scruffy hair, kind of shaggy clothes, not like super fancy or anything, and the mask is like, it's like, just like a scarf with holes cut in it, and wrapped around the head. So this person clearly like doesn't have money.
Yeah.
And they're like maybe practically the same age as Freedom. Oh, yeah. A human.
Okay, yeah, human, alright.
Yeah, human.
Is their gender distinguishable?
Yes, very much boy.
So, like a young man?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. They go up to you, or they try to get your attention, and you can tell that they're shy. There's like a significant number of the crowd that is not only like older than them, but taller and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see that he's struggling to try and wave you down.
Okay. I won't go to him immediately, but after some time, I will pick up a drink and eventually approach him with the drink and offer it.
When it seems like they'd given up hope, you do that, and they fix their mask, but you can see that in those little eye holes that their gaze is filled with awe. They take the drink graciously.
Okay, I'll start up a conversation just about the show. Like, what do you think of the show and these fine people? And
They say that the show is more than they could have asked for, especially here in Cantargo. But they know that um, beneath the surface of this show, that there is this overwhelming passion for the city that they love here, and that they can feel it too. That you're like a muse of righteous affection for what's right.
oh, Freedom's chin
And they
like
almost seem
goes
smitten
up,
with you
like
too.
he's all like, yes, proud, definitely.
And they say that if there is anything they can do to help you, and they say um, coyly, what you've got going on here, you just need to let me know.
Stick around till after the show, then, young fellow.
They do. Their mask blushes.
Freedom tells him to enjoy the show and explains that he needs to mingle with all guests and does walk away, but he thinks to himself, we need to change that guy's outfit. That's horrendous.
Yep, it is. It is what they could afford. All right, Kane, what are you doing at this point?
He's walking around.
It's been a good some hours or so into the show.
He's probably been sticking around the drinks and seeing people come and
Mm-hmm. There's one
looking
person
out.
at the bar that has been quite a tavern goer at the bar.
All right.
It seems
My
like
turn.
they're more interested in these kinds of festivities rather than the burlesque. And do you recognize this person, or do they recognize you?
I can recognize them. I've
All right.
I've had some dealings with them. He'll walk over, and who he's walking over to is a tiny halfling, a little loud. He likes talking while he's drinking. He'll pull up and say, "Having fun over there?"
They're almost not shocked to see you for a second. Like they're engaged in drinking. They look over at you, as if to say, "Oh hey, yeah, what's going on?" And they turn back, and then that's when they do the double take, like almost like spitting up their drink, and they are urged to lift up their mask real quickly just to say, "Hey, it's me," and then they put it down, and they run over to you.
He'll say, "So how have you been? I see you got the message."
They did indeed. That they knew something was going on here, something underneath the image of the show, and that they'd been waiting for something like this. Also, correct me if I'm wrong. You said that this person worships Desna.
Yeah, he worships Desna, and he's a little bit off the traditional teachings of Desna. But yeah, he does worship Desna.
Okay. Um, he tells you that more of Desna's faithful are still here around Kintargo, but that Thrune's still cracking down on members of her faith, that he's part of a camp that are out in the hinterlands, and he agreed to come here to see what was going on.
Okay. He'll nod. If you want, we can meet up after the show and talk more about this. It's better to
He
enjoy the show while it lasts.
yeah, he says that he's definitely gonna
He
meet up with you
like
later.
winks.
All right.
And he says it's good to see you.
He says it's good to see you too, man. And audibly he says wink wink back at you, as his mask doesn't give too much of his face.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna say that the show is coming down to the closing hours. There's only like one or two more acts left.
I'd go find the elf near the end of the show and ask him if he thinks he's in the right place or not.
The elf has a mostly empty drink,
All right.
and when you inquire, they say, "I'm not entirely sure." They say that it hasn't been an unenjoyable show, but that they're looking for something more here.
Tell him there might be, but he'll have to, if he does want to be a part of it, he'll have to fully commit and not just go halfway in.
Well, he tells you that it's between you and me. I had the intention of giving this my full attention. That I took this as a sign of things to come. But they say that they'll stick around.
Yeah. I tell if that's how you really feel, then I tell them to, like, kind of near the end of the show, basically. Like, well, I mean, we're close to the end of the show already, but I give them like a, invitation backstage, basically.
Okay. He accepts.
And then, yeah, I tell them I'll see him in a short while.
Okay. The last act is finishing up.
Have I seen
it
Daring
looks like
Dan
it's
here at
about-
all?
No.
Nothing daring's
Dang.
happened. It's probably
I mean,
the
there's
show's very
certainly
end.
been like interesting things that have happened, like during the performances and such like that,
Sure.
but nothing daring.
Okay.
Do you guys close out the show?
Yeah, if it seems like it's the time to do so.
Okay. You guys start to close out the show. Caleb, you don't know when it happened, but you feel it in the palm of your hand. Someone has slipped a note between your fingers.
Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Uh, it simply reads, "Give me a good introduction."
Oh dear. I think I know who this is from. I will go up towards the stage and kind of once I get up there, kind of say to Freedom like, Freedom, come here, I need to tell you something, and then like I'll like go around to the side of the stage and whisper in Freedom's ear that there's I think we have one more act, and I don't know if he's expecting me to give the introduction.
Okay, then you can go introduce your new friend. Hey, everybody!
God damn it!
Freedom
God damn
pushes
it!
you onto the stage.
Okay.
Yes.
So Caleb's like looks pretty shy, like he's never been in front of this many people before, and
Yeah, he's on
like,
stage, right?
Hey, yeah, sorry, we actually have one more act coming on tonight. He's daring, and his name's Dan. It's Daring Dan.
Caleb.
And then, yeah.
What is something that Caleb would be surprised to see right now?
Someone that's not Daring Dan.
That's probably is Daring Dan, just not Daring Dan isn't who
Then
you
from
expected.
the crowd, you see someone ambling in. They are cloaked, with a white mask on them, and they stumble towards the stage, and you can see that they are bleeding.
Uh-oh.
And everyone starts clearing, like, whoa, like, what's going on? And this person
I'll
says,
jump down off the stage and go to them and see what's going on. Because Caleb wants to get off that stage as soon as possible. But like
Despite
everyone's going to
that,
clear space and everyone's going to be looking at what's going on.
At him anyways. Yeah.
But yeah. So I go up to the person and see like, you know, who are you? Why are you hurt? Are you okay? What? Yeah. What's going on?
they tell you, on the way, there was complications.
Do I recognize the voice?
No. But it's alright. I took care of them. And they look
Okay.
up, and they're still wearing a mask. And as they look up at you, they stand up straighter, and it doesn't seem like they're injured at all. And they say very loudly, "What? Did you think this was my own blood?"
Oh.
And
Yeah,
they
I did.
tear off the cloak,
Ooh, I like it. He's got my attention.
and they are wearing a vibrant outfit.
Ooh, now that's daring.
Okay. Does it look like someone I know?
You don't know them, but you have a feeling like this is the man of the hour.
Okay.
And underneath their white porcelain mask, they are wearing a fully incorporated mask, like with the rest of their outfit.
Okay, well when they throw the cloak off and declare like it's not my blood, I start a slow clap and hope that the crowd joins in to get over this awkward moment.
Okay. it is like very shocking and awkward, but as you clap, some others start to
Dane will
clap
join in.
too, and he begins to you join in. The man known as Daring Dan begins a performance of his own, but with a daring display of martial prowess. It seems like he's armed to the teeth.
Okay.
He's carrying throwing knives, punching daggers, several bladed instruments, and a weapon that is very special and exotic. What has Caleb never seen before but always dreamed to see?
I'm gonna have to go to the weapons page because I could say switch sides, but that would be kind of lame. Let's see. Sorry, I don't know exotic weapons off the top of my head. I guess I could be meta and be like Elven Curve Blade, but that's also not very exciting, I don't think.
Yeah, it could be.
He sees.
I mean, this could be anything. It could be something that doesn't even exist on the weapons page.
Oh,
Maybe he has a gun.
sure. Let's go with it's a shotgun. I don't know if that exists in Pathfinder, but it's not like a rifle or a pistol. It's like a big mega like shotgun.
Like a
Is
blunderbuss,
that
maybe.
kosher?
So the finale of his presentation is he pulls out this strange like contraption that is mostly a metal, like a double-barreled metal cylinder with some kind of like triggering mechanism on the other
Like a
end of it.
double-barrel blunderbuss or something, yeah.
And he says that that the purpose of tonight is to light a fire in your hearts, Kintargo. And he takes out like this can of some kind of flammable liquid like oil or like ethanol or something. And he begins to pour it down his throat in front of everyone.
Oh shit! Freedom's totally engaged.
And he says, "This is a drink you won't find at the bar." And he takes the instrument, the contraption, and he like spits back up a large gout of what he drank, and he pulls the trigger, and it becomes this like spewing like dragon fire thing up in the air.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's doing fire breathing.
Okay, so yeah. I mean, it's awesome. I'm just like,
And
what
there's
can this
round of
man not
applause.
do?
Are you feeling small now?
I don't know.
Honestly, I'm
There's
thinking about how I could
there's
possibly build a
cheering.
character that will match this, but that's because that's how I think.
There's your challenge.
I mean, honestly.
I noticed
yeah.
the subtext in there, Matt, of he has like a ton of different weapons because you're like, stop using only the scythe, use multiple weapons.
Well, I'm giving you options too.
He's
True,
not
true, true.
pigeonholing you into something.
And also, I know you wanted to play Vigilante before, which is why I said he has a disguise underneath his disguise.
Yeah, no, I definitely think Vigilante was coming to
So
mind.
if you want to
with
build a gunslinging
see.
vigilante with a dragon's breath cannon, now is your time.
Yes, that sounds cool. I will have to figure out how to mechanics that out.
Yeah. But he takes
I don't.
a bow.
But yeah,
Everybody applauds.
it's an amazing finale.
And he looks towards you, Caleb, And he bows and he said holds his hand out. Daring Dan, at your service.
I'll take his hand and pull him close for like one of those like close half handshake, half hug things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, "I knew you'd make it. I never lost faith."
Of course I would. I wouldn't break a promise to your father.
You knew my father.
And he whispers very closely. Have for the better part of my life.
Oh, okay. We should talk after the show, after everyone leaves.
Indeed, another time, but he wants you to know that he's out there.
You talked to him recently.
Yes, and he flips up, he has another letter. He says, for you. From Lictor Octavio.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Now I'll take the letter and I don't know. There's probably a bunch of people around. I don't really want to open and read it here, but I'll read it the first chance alone.
He will provide some cover for you with his exit. He takes out a smoke bomb and he throws it down on the ground.
All right. While he's making his grand exit, I'm gonna read the letter.
Not so subtly yells like aloud, "Burn bright, Kintargo! The time for change is now!" And as the smoke clears, there's no evidence of Daring Dan, except for maybe a few smoky footprints that trail off somewhere and then are quickly covered up. He's not that high level.
Damn. Daring Dan, more like Daring Damn.
Drink more coffee.
Yeah, so during that escape distraction thing, I'll open the letter and quickly read it.
Okay. Was that Grim?
My Grim, not Grim. Kane will make his way over to his friend or to the acquaintance.
All right, you do that.
Then he just says, "We'll just wait here, wait for everyone to skedaddle."
So I'm guessing during the show, we've mingled with enough people to thin out who's gonna be valuable to the cause and have interest. And invite those people in the back room.
I wasn't actually in the show, so that's why one of the things I was doing during that is I was mingling with the crowd.
Same. What I think what we could do is say, we'd help with the cleanup. People want to stay behind, they help us with it. Type of end of a wedding thing where there's always those people that stay behind. Kind of cover
just hanging around, having discussions or whatever. Still.
Yeah.
All right, you do that. And Caleb, this is the letter that is written to you.
Oh, that I ponder on two parts of the letter. The torrent is turning, which I'm not sure what that means. Perhaps turning away from the current government. Perhaps turning as in coming again into power and into strength. And the other part I am curious and ponder on is that they'll call me when I am tempered, and I know that to be tempered means to be heated to the point of near destruction, in terms of like an iron ore, for example, and in doing so, it makes the metal a lot stronger. So it sounds like there may be great pain or suffering, or a lot of work, or something that will bring me
Or
to
we
my
have risen
edge of
to a challenge.
destruction. But then, yeah, overcoming it will make me stronger. So it's interesting. That's the meaning
Indeed.
Caleb takes.
You
What
ponder.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, then, Kane, Amon, and Freedom, you have time then with those you have told to seek you out after the show. And among those three, there are some others too that stick around that want to talk more about what's going on here.
Okay.
And we'll find out how many people that is. Okay, 6. So, even though it's a small number, out of all those interested, there are a brave half dozen people who seem like they want to commit themselves fully to the cause.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good start too, because all those other people will still spread the word that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you
there's other
might
people
not
that
They're
are like
thinking
committed.
about it. They're
definitely
just not sure.
supporting us, but yeah, they're like, you know, they got other.
Yeah,
shit
throughout the
going on.
event,
They
there
can't
definitely would have
afford
been
to-
mention of like the current events and like great rounds of applause. Like, yes, the slaves are imprisoned or freed. Everyone cheers. Like, to try and like make sure all the intentions are known of the group.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and there's like less people
And
around.
Also, like
Oh,
the
go ahead.
performances might have been mentioned, like little hints here and there in the performance and stuff like that too.
probably.
Some reenactment of some of the events.
Some of the events probably, yeah, and then Daring Dan. If they didn't get it before, Daring Dan made it pretty obvious about like what
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
was going on.
A
So
burlesque version of a reenactment of the events? I can't envision that.
It's wild.
It was wild. Yeah.
I mean, killing tooth fairies is sexy, don't you know?
I don't know if we want to tell people. Or do we tell people all that? I don't know.
It's like we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
we don't talk about
We
tooth
lost
fairies.
teeth in that. I'm embarrassed.
Okay. Not tooth fairies, but it would, we'd have the murderer be shown as like an evil-looking actor on stage, and then the dancer with their amazing dancing.
If
them
there
off
was
and fights them
anything to
off.
reenact, it was more that there was some evil murderer that was killing people and they were brought to justice.
There you go.
Very sexily.
Yes, yeah.
Very, very sexily.
But the whole like fighting the tooth fairies thing, that's like a deep cut for your
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one would
biography.
know that.
Yeah, that's later, once we get more fame. This one time in band
All right.
camp.
There'll be like a there'll be like a rebellion historian, like long time from now. That'll be like the secret history of the Silver Ravens. It'll be like,
We
we've
need a bard to
uncovered
write our
evidence
story.
of a fight that they had with these tooth fairies.
It's gonna end up being like the
Never before
the,
seen evidence.
Ember Island players version of our
Yeah.
of the rebellion.
Oh, that would be kind of funny too. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. After the show's over, though, like the people are kind of clearing out. I'll actually approach the elf that without the mask, so then he'll probably recognize me.
All right.
And I'll ask him if he's been keeping up with his studies. Which, I don't know. He probably would say that he did. That he has been.
Whether or not it's true.
He says that it's been difficult, but he's never been one to. Uh, he's never been one to drop a project or a duty. He wouldn't
Yeah.
shirk his duties.
And Amon knows he's lying about that. But he acknowledges it all the same.
He asks if we can call each other by our names or
Yeah.
if we still need to like play this game.
Yeah, no, we're good here. His name is Corius.
Okay.
But yeah, Amon would kind of like hasn't seen him actually for quite a while, like a few years actually. So he'll be like asking like how he's been.
How has he been?
Uh, Chorus has probably been like I don't know as well as he's ever been, but he's got the same like the forlorn melancholy. So he's been kind of
Yeah, he tells you that it's been so awful,
oh no.
expecting you to know that he's
Yeah.
being his forlorn dramatic self.
Yeah, he's been probably like drifting around. He might not even have been in Kintargo the last couple of years. Like he might have just recently come back. Yeah,
He
and
says that yeah, if things weren't so dramatic here, he could have been off somewhere else, but circumstances have brought him back.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, I'll tell him. Well, I'm like, well, I'm glad that you're safe at least, and that Kintargo is not what it's not the same place that you left, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that we can get it back to maybe back closer to how it was, maybe even better than how it was.
He muses with you for a little bit, but then he also says that he didn't think you of all people would be uh, part of this. He says with an exaggerated hand motion.
Yeah. And I tell him that it was rather unusual circumstances that got me here, but I'm kind
Well, at
of
least you
glad
didn't get
that.
arrested.
Yes, that would have been terrible.
Oh, but he did.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about it. But yeah. Yeah. I tell him in a way that I think this. Uh, I'm glad that this opportunity has actually come to me because, I mean, I don't know how much I've told you about. Only told you a little bit about my past, but um, I think this is probably like a way that maybe things can go the correct way this time, for me and at least.
Uh, seeking. Don't tell me you're seeking some kind of redemption.
Something like that.
What a waste of time, but changing this city is something that could be valuable. I think that's a better use of your time.
Yeah, I like to think that I'm in it for the right reasons this time.
He says that we are both changed people. All right.
I hope you're right.
Uh, then let's see, Kane or Freedom.
I'm
Yeah.
good with saying it.
Yeah.
You're good with your
Freedom,
thing?
you go. Freedom goes.
Freedom. Freedom. The boy is stuck around.
Excellent.
He does look smaller than all the others that are prepared to be revolutionaries.
Yeah.
he's got a
He
big
really
heart.
does not look the part.
Except one.
Oh, that's right. One of the other guys is a halfling.
Except one.
But even he looks more. Even he looks more. Whatchamacallit, appropriate than this guy does.
He looks more comfortable in like this situation, maybe.
Yeah. He's definitely had more drinks to be comfortable.
Well, I'll approach him and start talking to him about freeing Catargo from its misery. And I'll be very passionate about the freedom part of it all. And then inquire if that is something he also seeks.
He tells you that. Freeing the city from the grasp of the tyrants in charge is something that he wants to dedicate his life to.
That's quite noble. Where do you live? Here in Catargo?
He nods and says, "Yeah, I live here, but I wasn't always from here."
Ah.
You see, my family, we were actually Chelish.
Freedom looks kind of like
Came
dumb about that. He's like, oh, jealous, what's that?
his description might tell you more information. He says that he came here with his family under the ownership of a wealthy lord.
Ah, you don't look wealthy. No offense.
He says that when they came here, before Thrun made his way, he had to give up his slaves, and that put him and his family out of slavery. But we have nothing. We're still poor. We live among the rest of the impoverished.
Your family had slaves.
They were slaves,
Oh.
but when they came to Cantargo, their lord had to free them, and they still don't have anything. They're living freer than before, but he says that he can already see that the longer Thrun remains in control, the more likely it is that their poor but free life is just going to be a poor and oppressed life.
Yes, most definitely. Well, if you help us with this rebellion, perhaps you can put you and your family in a better position in life then.
He nods and he says that he wants to make a difference for everyone.
Freedom puts his hand on the guy's shoulder. He doesn't care how the guy reacts to it, and he says, "Very good, sir. Very good. Would you like to have some drinks with me?" And he ushers him to have some more drinks.
Yeah, he does, and while he's having those drinks with you, he tells you that a long time ago, he did see some dancers once, and it was his dream to learn to move and such like that. So when he heard about a burlesque, he said that it was fate.
Oh, you're interested
It was
in the
calling him.
arts. Well, perhaps I can show you a thing or two. And he winks, like, very, flirtatiously.
All right. Let's see. Kane, you talk with your dude, right?
Yeah.
You know him and he knows you, so if there's anything you want to hammer out with him.
What's that?
He does tell you that that there's a camp of Desnans out in the hinterlands that have been following news in Kintargo, but they've been staying away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says it's been tough.
Mostly just like, yeah. He says, Kane will tell him we might have a place for your group to stay in a little bit. And we're kind of working on a bigger area. But just know that you do have allies within the city, and if your people need help, just let us know.
Well, we are living out in the North Plains, but the situation in Kintargo has kept us around, and now that I know at least that you guys are actively trying to do something about it, then I know that the others are going to want to pledge their support at some time. But for now, you can count me in. And it's within our nature as Desnans to travel and wander. So don't feel like you have to secure some place for us to stay. Once they know that there's friends and allies on the inside, we'll find our way in when we need to.
He nods.
And you said his name was it started with a B, right?
Barry Swiftfoot.
Yeah, it's a halfling name. A lot of their names have foot or something in there.
Is in my notes.
Well,
my
he's
name.
if you look at him, he's a little twitchy.
Oh.
Okay, it's because he's always drinking something that does something to him. It's either coffee or liquor or or teas and stuff like that. It keeps him wired.
Maybe he likes
also,
mint tea.
he probably does. They've probably got some mint out in their camp where they're away from Thrune's guards.
Yeah, I need to start a mint plantation in secret. I think there's a big market for it. It can help fund we're gonna fund the rebellion using mint. Think about it.
That's no, I got told only break one law at once.
One at
Yeah.
a time.
All right.
You're okay. So Leon is also here, and he's doing things, but he's mostly doing stuff on his own for now.
Yeah. We'll find out.
He's probably
what he wants to
also
do
meeting
later.
with someone as well.
Yeah, Freedom will be like, "Where's that short guy?" And then you'll forget about him.
And then you bump into Barry, and you're like, "That's not the short guy I was looking for."
Yeah. But yeah, as you guys close out events, it seems like the whole thing has gone off without a hitch.
For now.
Seems like.
No close calls so far, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll give Barry like a location that like leave like a note or anything there if you want to get a hold of me.
All right, you give him a way to contact you.
He'll
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Yeah. He'll say, what's that? The Longhouse? What's the coffee place?
The
I
Long
think
Roads
that's it.
Coffee House.
Longroads? Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll give him that name.
Okay. Oh, someone in a trench coat.
Yeah. For a brief moment, you're pretty sure it's Barry and Leon, but no, that's crazy. There's no way that's actually just two people in a trench coat.
I would have doubted it.
Yeah, or maybe it's it's not them, but it is two people in a trench coat.
All right. So yeah, at the end of the night, there's some cleanup to do, but you guys handle that along with other people who have been here supporting you for a while.
Yeah.
You've got 6 additional supporters.
Did Daring Dan ever come back?
No,
Okay.
he left as mysteriously as he came.
Because yeah, we had talked about talking after the show, but I guess he had better things to do.
Yeah, then he was like, no, but I'll be watching, and then threw his smoke bomb.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm not bothered by it.
He's probably looking through the window right now.
Yeah.
But I think
But
this
it
number
is
of
interesting because
supporters
he
does
mentioned
bring you up to the next tier.
he mentioned my father and Octavia, which and so he's definitely connected with the Hell Knights
In some way, yeah.
in some way, or at least knows them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this does bring you up to tier 3, or rank 3 of your rebellion.
Cool.
Which
I don't know what
means
that
you
means,
can have
but
one
cool.
more additional team, and something else is in store as well.
Sweet.
So right now you have 2 teams. You have a tier 2 outlaw and a tier 1 rebel, which is the security squad. And the members are 6 in total. I assume it's being led by Forvian Crow and 5 other individuals. You can specify who you want, or we can just keep it to 5 other supporters.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the specifics on that one. Maybe someone else is.
What, who the 6th person is?
Or who the
Just who the
5
other people are.
Or if you want to
Yeah.
change the leader, you can do that.
I'm fine with that.
Nah, I'm good with the Crow and the Assault guys being all together.
Yeah.
Yep, and as freedom fighters, they have the granted action that is called Reduce Danger. They can basically distract enemy forces in certain areas so that you guys can avoid trouble more efficiently.
Yeah, so
Oh,
like if we
good.
needed to be out past curfew in
Or if you needed to get somewhere that you know is guarded, they can reduce that danger.
Yeah.
They can basically distract and stuff.
yeah.
Or you can actually send them to go and help people who you know need help.
Cool. Okay.
Alright, so do you guys do anything else for the night, or you guys check out?
Yeah, I'd probably try to get back home before curfew.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
It's probably past curfew, honestly.
I ask Corius like if he's got somewhere he's staying.
He tells you that yes, he does.
Okay. And then yeah, content with that, then I'll head back to my own apartment probably.
As soon
Yeah,
as
I'll
we get back,
go to Long Roads.
I'll start looking for an outfit for my new friend.
Okay.
You're like, this
You might
cannot
have
wait till
to-
morning.
I couldn't.
Yeah, you're basically looking for anybody who's still selling stuff this late at night, and it's hard to find.
Oh, I'll
but
just go through
maybe
my
you do
own
find
stuff.
someone selling
I was
something.
gonna say,
Yeah.
you have
Oh,
your
your
own
stuff?
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's
you
what I
look
was
through.
imagining.
You look through old effects and such, and you think you find something.
Yeah. And then I'll like lay it out nicely how I envision it laying on a person, and then I'll go to bed after I pray to
Okay.
Ashaya.
Kane, I assume you do the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he'll
picks
Lay out
out
an
an outfit.
outfit and pray to Arshea.
Yeah.
no, he'll
Oh yeah, not quite the same.
he'll make an offer for Barry to come stay at the longhouse, but if not, he'll head back there.
Well, he does come with you, but it's not an inn. It's just a coffee house kind of place. So there's no rooms open for him unless you want him to stay in the wasp's nest, which he's totally willing to do.
I'm trying to decide.
He says that he's fine with even sleeping just outside, like outside the city
Nah.
walls if he needs to.
He'll go down. It is a good time to show him the place.
All right.
And he trusts Barry.
Okay, yeah. He goes down with you. He says that, oh, you've even got a secret hideout. That's good.
This is the place that I was talking about. And he does point down that, and he says, this might lead out of the city. We haven't checked it out yet, but it might be a good way for your
I'm sure it
group
does.
to sneak into the town.
And that's a great idea. Yeah. We could definitely get in through here.
I was gonna spend one of these next couple of days checking it out if I can.
Alright. And Zerdurim, you go to sleep too? Or do you go back to your room somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, I would go back to the wasp's nest with, probably with Kane. I mean, we're going to the same
Okay.
place.
Yep, you guys are going there. However,
yeah.
as you go there, Kane does not notice that you are not with him anymore. Because there is a hand that gagged you and pulled you into some bushes.
Uh-oh.
Was it super, like, strong aggressively, or, like, kind of, like, not? Like,
No, it wasn't an aggressive kind of hand. It was,
Yeah,
well,
so
it was a very
I'm pretty
forward
sure
kind of hand.
I'm assuming it's Daring Dan, because we were going to talk after
yes,
he
you
didn't
see,
show up.
You see the mask lifted up enough to see like their upper lip of their mouth and stuff like that.
Okay.
And, yes, they are here to meet with you after the show.
Once again, Mr. Dan, I find myself surprised by you. In a good way.
He tells you that he's not surprised by you.
I'm
He
not
says
as
that, Your
what's the
father's always
word?
had a lot of good things to say about you.
That's good. Where is he? Is he safe? I haven't seen him
Says,
in
I
weeks.
can't tell you that, but he is
You
safe.
can't tell me he's safe? Okay. Did he say when he'll be back? When I can see him again?
He shakes his head and he says, "Sorry, son. Can't tell you that. It's for your and your old man's own good."
You said Octavio's with him? Are they together? Are they on a mission?
They're doing something, that's for sure. Octavio's keeping things really tight and tied down as far as the Hell Knight Order is concerned. I'm kind of their mediator here.
I see. Okay, yeah, no, don't compromise their mission. I understand.
But yeah, he does tell you that if you need to reach him, then you can do this, and he does give you a method of reaching him, whether it's by mail or some other kind of thing. In addition to leaving messages over at the museum.
Wait, he wants me to leave messages for him at the museum?
Or well, if that's the way you choose, he just gives you a way of contacting him.
I would like it to be like either like drop off a note at some place that I could also those Silver Raven things they turn into messengers, right? Or they could be used as messengers.
They do, and they need to go somewhere to deliver the message. So he basically gives you a destination.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Tell them to go to.
Yep. Then I will remember that destination of how to contact him. And otherwise, I ask him if he has any thoughts on, the show or like what we're doing. Like, does he have any ideas of where we should begin, or where not begin, but where we should go next, and trying to, gain more support and overthrow the throne?
He does have some advice for you. He tells you that he's been doing some espionage and some detective work of his own. He tells you that Thrune is looking for something.
Something.
I mean, you've seen the guards around town. They're doing their patrols. But I'll tell you this. They're not dedicating everyone to those patrols. No, I've seen more focus in certain places. I don't know what they're looking for yet, but they've got redactors with them. They're searching for some kind of information.
Redactors? What are those?
He tells you those who are familiar with deciphering code and messages and other writings. Thrune seems to think that there's information still hidden in Kintargo that would hurt him.
I see. Okay. So, do you think
best
it's
be careful?
Connected to the Silver Ravens?
Not a doubt in my mind.
So we need to find it first and use it against him.
Bingo. But be careful.
Well,
Because one thing I do know is that glassy-eyed woman is one of them who's looking for him.
Okay, out of character. It's the glassy-eyed woman, the hellhound lady from the protest.
Yeah, the one who took a dagger to her neck, pulled it out, and started healing.
Okay, no, I remember her. I wouldn't forget her. I'll ask him. Okay, yeah, we'll be careful. But what is it we're looking for?
He grins, and you can see his grin as he's pulled up his mask enough and says, "I don't know. Haven't the foggiest idea."
Where is it?
I'm also not quite sure, but a lot of these buildings here in Kintargo are old, and whatever he's looking for has been here for a really long time.
Okay, we'll have to probably do some research then, or we don't have the manpower to out-search the throne, so we're gonna have to be smarter.
Smarter. or daring?
Hopefully we can be daring, but maybe it won't come to too much risk.
He
Though
pats
there is
your
risk in
shoulder
what we do.
and says, "There's more than enough room in this town for another daring do, but there's only one daring Dan."
Of course, there will only ever be one daring Dan. I'll be kind of daring Caleb. How's that?
This doesn't really roll off the tongue, but you'll make your own. You'll come into your own.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm getting pretty good, with my scythe. I've learned how to use it against things that are more than 2 feet off the ground, more than just Fey.
That's good, but your fancy moves that they implement, they'll only get you so far. And he motions to his weird contraption. And he says, "I built this myself. You need to make sure that your bread and butter works for you in every situation." And I could see where you could do some modifications on that there bladed stick.
Yeah. What kind of
Now, if you
modifications?
really wanted to surprise your old man and Octavio, you could show him what you can do with that.
Yeah, I can show them.
He pats your back and says, "One step at a time. I know them walkers like to run head first, but take your time."
Okay, I'll thank him and I'll say if you do find time to help modify my scythe or whatever it is you're talking about doing, let me know and I'll find some gold to pay you.
He says, "Oh, no, this is going to be for you.
Oh,
It's going to come from your
okay.
heart."
Well, I thank you.
You will make that weapon an
Mr.
extension
Daring.
of you. And he says that, "Yep, I must be off now." And he throws another
Okay.
smoke bomb.
Because why
And
not?
I'm like, after the smoke goes off, I'm just like, I don't see him like to the darkness. I'm just like, bye.
All right, you do. Your voice echoes into the dark alleys.
And yeah, I'll slowly get up and look around, make sure there's no guards around or anything. And and then I'll head back towards the Longroads Coffee House. I'll kind of jog
All right.
my way back because it's probably after curfew.
You do.
Or at least close.
You do, Charlie. You run home. Okay. I'm gonna say that Leon told you guys that he's gonna keep talking with some people that he knows, and it might take a while. So if you don't see him in the morning, that's okay.
He's out partying.
He's not doing something, yeah. Either partying or mingling or making connections or who knows what. He might be riding Thrune Go Home 100 times somewhere in the city.
Well, he has a cigarette in his mouth, humming some song.
Yeah.
Definitely smoking cigarettes.
They'll have wanted to do the graffiti in town, but they'll just be smoking the whole night. Alright, so you guys are going to be getting up in the morning here. Since it's the beginning of the next week and the end of this week, does anybody help Rexus with the ciphering with the linguistics check?
Can
Yeah, I
help.
don't have linguistics yet.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Not today. I have other things on my mind.
I'll be right back. 1
I'm
second.
not sure if Leon had it. Oh, Kane, okay.
Yeah, I definitely don't do that.
I could roll for Leon since he was kind of helping during the week. And he has 1 rank in it, so here goes some. No, it's pretty low too. Okay, well, you do get some information from Rexus. After another week of deciphering the hidden text in these documents, he tells you that he's found out the name of the founder of the Silver Ravens.
Oh, excellent.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. So what was happening, Amon? Do you have the rank in linguistics?
Nope. Unfortunately,
Nope, okay.
I did not have
Just
one
making sure. So, yeah, Rexus has been deciphering the text more, and he tells you that he's found some more things out within it. And one of the things that he has revealed is that he has the name of the person who founded the Silver Ravens. That it was a mysterious elven woman known only as Jackdaw.
Oh God, no! Please, no elven women. We all know what
elven
happens
women.
to elven women.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Yep. Oh wait, my mom was an elven woman. Oh God. Oh jeez.
Oh no. Oh, yeah, if you go back to the Walker farm, there's a CR-13 Banshee.
Honey, I'm
Anyway,
home.
sorry to interrupt with
Would you
that,
like
but
some
I
pie?
couldn't help it.
You don't want pie?
Yeah.
No. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, so we
But yeah, he
found the
tells you
name of the
about
later
this,
elven lady.
Yep, this figure, this woman who, before the advent of the Age of Lost Omens, built herself into a Kantargan folk hero who fought for the rights of the city's downtrodden before officially founding the Silver Ravens. Yeah, he says he still has a lot to cipher here, but that it's coming along. And he does thank you guys for your assistance.
Even though no one really assisted, he's just being polite.
You're trying your best. It's tough work.
Yeah, I'm not even trying. I'm just doing. I'm gonna be like doing physical exercises for the new recruits and like think physical training for anyone that. No, you aren't required to participate, but I do say that it can make you look strong, like myself or
Well, if
Freedom.
you do want to train people, no, you totally can. In fact, the Freedom Fighters team basically kind of sees you as their not their squad leader, but as like their boss. Basically, you're the one in the rebellion that they kind of report to.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
You're
I will
top two.
definitely run physical training. Because I don't really know a whole lot of theory of combat.
Do you train them
But
somewhere in the city?
it would start with like warm-up exercises in the wasp's nest. So
Mhm.
like, we pick an area, do like push-ups, sit-ups, that kind of stuff, stretches. Oh wait, you're supposed to stretch after. But anyways, we'd end there and stretch after.
Not in that order.
And then like morning jog through the city, staying off of like the main streets. But maybe we'd go to like a park, jog around there, and then come back.
Okay.
And yeah, that's gonna be like the morning routine for every day.
All right. Yeah, that's what you guys will be
Which
doing.
means I unfortunately
this
am
week.
not able to help too much on farms because most of the help they need is in the early morning.
They are kind of still a ragtag team, but if you train with them and give them or equip them with enough money's worth of stuff, you can upgrade them by the end of the week.
I don't know if we have.
Fighters to infiltrators.
I don't know if we have the money to upgrade them.
Yeah, it'd be 250. Well, I was gonna say actually, you guys do have some money in your treasury here. You guys did spend what you spent, but you still made money because of the spirits and liquor that you guys found from the underwater duo.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So you
did
still
they come to our
you have
show?
550 gold.
I guess they didn't. Oh well, I'll give them a private show sometime later.
Okay.
Oh jeez, yeah.
You
You
do
can
have
roleplay that one on your
550
own.
gold pieces in your
You're
treasury
gonna
at the moment.
sit here and lick it.
Sorry, how much, Matt?
550 gold pieces in your treasury.
Oh, we have 550 gold, so we could spend 250 of it to upgrade them.
Most
we
of that
thought it was a good-
treasury is the leftover liquor and wine, and giving your freedom fighters lots of alcohol and booze will certainly give them the courage to do more things.
That's right. We just
They're
upgrade our-
armed with, they're armed with alcohol.
I mean, maybe we should just have the alcohol be sold at the Long Roads coffee house, and then use that money to buy them gear,
You
like
could.
actual
I mean,
weapons and armor.
It'll just be turning the gold from the spirits and stuff into just gold, but if that's what you do, that's what you do, and the treasury remains the same.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to equip my, the Revolution's freedom fighters with alcohol. I don't think
Maybe
that's
it's just
wise.
one of their musing about it, and then you give them actual stuff.
Yeah, no, they need actual armor and
Alcohol's
weapons.
no substitution for discipline.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, no, especially as like my belief as wanting to join the Hell Knights, which is a very
very
rigorous
all
and
about discipline.
disciplined organization. Yeah, it would not fly to give our squads alcohol to like have them drunk on the job. Basically, that's the
They're
opposite
not
of
that
what
kind
I would
of
want.
revolution.
Yeah. So I would laugh with them about it, but then, I'd be like, no, that we're actually getting you weapons and armor, and we're going to teach you how to use them.
You're gonna make them work for it. You're gonna.
Yep. And they're going to be
Rolling
doing
stuff.
their training wearing their armor. As long as it's like leather padded armor, nothing like too crazy. Okay, it might be crazy. Okay, no, because we don't want to be running around the city with that on. That would look.
I mean, leather and padded is fine.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe that, but anything heavier. I want to do
It's
turtle
too
shell
expensive.
training, right? You run around with heavy armor and you get stronger, but yeah, no, that's later. Right now, it's beginner
Alright.
stuff.
So that's something you do during the week. What else do you guys do during the week?
Kane said he was
I know Leon
investigating
isn't
the
here,
tunnel, right?
but you guys can still do stuff. Yeah, Kane is investigating the tunnel.
Is that something you want help with? Does that seem like a big task, or is it something that he can probably just do on his own?
Also, I think he said, Grim said be right back.
Oh, okay. I'm walking around my apartment, so I'm not actually looking at chat.
Maybe he's doing that on his own.
Okay. Out of character, combat. I want combat.
You want
I don't
combat?
know if we're gonna get it, but
You can find it if you want.
I'm itching after. I don't know. I just want to fight things a little bit.
Well, there's
Like if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But well, we need to find out more about this thing that will help us that the third's looking for.
Yeah, it's pretty ambiguous right now, though, what that is.
Yeah, maybe it'll be more obvious when we get further into deciphering the decoding the was it book thing.
I'm back.
Are there any like rumors or things we know about that are particularly like high priority issues we want to address? I guess there's a
If you want to
place in
go
here for
looking
that,
for
right?
new rumors, you guys can roll me diplomacies.
I can do that.
Gather
that.
Yeah, I
information.
think. I can make a roll if it.
I'll
you
try
know.
to gather
Yeah.
information while doing my normal like business during the
Oh
week.
no.
We all rolled pretty poorly, but you know, some of us had good bonuses at least.
I just need a way to
There you go.
intimidate the knowledge out of people, but I don't want to be, you know, too scary. I guess.
Yeah,
Mhm.
intimidate's kind of weird because even when you succeed, it's one of those things where a lot of times like you'll improve their attitude temporarily, but as soon as you leave, then it actually gets
Then they
worse.
hate
Well,
me.
you're not improving your
Yeah.
attitude. You're more like backing them into a corner to tell you.
Right,
what
that's-
Forcing
want.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it
Yeah, that's
mechanically
not
it works like
improving.
improving their attitude. Well, the mechanic says you improve their attitude temporarily, and
You
then they
guys
hate you
hear
more
some
later.
things.
I guess.
So
There are some very loud people within the Long Roads Coffee House talking about another place in town.
Huh.
They're saying, "Oh man, Clenchjaw's Tavern has gone really bad. I used to love drinking there. It was always a nice place to relax. Since the Night of Ashes, though, the place is so crowded, and talk about politics has exploded, as has the number of brawls. We got enough fighting on the streets these days. Whatever's causing these brawls at Clenchjaw's has ruined one of the last places we have to escape the violence. Just a matter of time before the new government shuts the place down, I guess."
Brawls, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, and
yeah, I mean that
Caleb's like,
doesn't sound
that's where I want
inherently
to go.
bad.
Let's go fight.
I mean,
With the
I'm down to get into a brawl, but I just don't know why that's like a. I guess I don't know. It's a town rumor, and Caleb's like, oh yeah, brawling. I'm down.
Hey, you said you
Well,
were
it's
looking
people
for...
talking about politics, and which we probably have some very opinionated people there, perhaps, on our side.
Perhaps we could find more people to support the cause. That sounds like a good enough reason for me to go and get into a fight.
Well, we're not going to get into any fights now, are we? That would draw attention.
I thought you liked attention, Freedom.
Not that kind of attention.
Yep, I have added Crackdown at
I'll show you.
Clenchjaw's to
This
your
is the
quest.
kind of this is the kind of attention I like.
He narrows his eyes at you and says, "We're laying low, remember?"
You need to
Been there
lighten up.
before?
There's been brawls very often the last few nights, so I don't think one more is going to hurt anything.
Like, have I been to Clenched Jaws maybe back in the day?
Maybe you have.
Maybe I probably haven't been to it recently, so maybe I'd be like, oh yeah, it used to actually be really nice.
Have you been there recently?
Probably not. No.
Okay.
So I say so that'd be saying I hadn't heard about that. I wonder if there's like new management.
It sounds like something in particular is starting the brawls by how these people, like, something's obviously changed. Boom, like one day it's not brawls and the next day there's brawls.
I mean, a lot changed after the Night of Ashes, though.
Actually, yeah, you actually know Amon, you actually know, you're familiar with the tavern owner. He's a man named Rinston Rinston John, but his nickname is Clenched Jaw. And that the tavern is named after a local variety of oysters called Clenched Jaw oysters.
Okay. That's also his nickname, so.
Yep. And you know that he is an apolitical person, that he's had a strict policy of banning political talk from the tavern.
No, so that's probably one of the things that was considered like relaxing about it.
Yeah. And you know that he usually ejects troublemakers, but the fact that there's been brawls going on seems very unlike him.
Yeah, so yeah, that's one of the things I'm using. Like, well, maybe the owner sold it or something, because it doesn't seem like something that the eponymous tavern owner would.
Maybe he
put up
said
with.
fuck it and he's the one starting the brawls.
He doesn't seem the type.
Oh.
I've met him before.
Well, I'd certainly like to investigate, but I am not interested in starting any brawls.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think letting ourselves get involved in brawls is not something we want any part of, but I'm sure we'll be fine though. No brawls will happen while we're there.
I'm sure. It's like a murder mystery on a boat. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Exactly.
No one's safe on a boat.
Yeah, I'm cool with checking that place out. Figuring out see if we can figure out what's going on there.
Alright. Your time of day is 8 a.m., I guess, when things start. When do you guys go looking?
Well, it's a tavern, right? So, like, later in the day?
Yep. Yeah, it probably does open around 10 or something. Later in the day, like 1 p.m., 2 p.m.?
Probably like 2.
Alright, it is 2 o'clock.
It seems fine.
You guys travel through Cantargo. I'm gonna roll some random encounters. Let's see if something happens.
Yay!
A 50%, no. That is not low enough for something to happen. You guys need to, like, beat some guards up so that I can raise the notoriety score. And that'll increase your chances of getting some random encounters.
We want it as low as possible for
fighting for the sake of fighting is. Let me rephrase it. Because that's kind of what I want to do.
Yeah.
But fighting Dotari guards for the sake of fighting does not sound like a good idea.
Yeah, I don't need any fighting, so I don't. I'm good. Not until
Alright,
level
let me
3
pull
or
out
4.
your handy
Then we
dandy
can fight.
map. And I'll mark clench jaws on your map. Okay, it's actually not too far away from the Thrashing Badger, where that ruins are. It's over down here.
Is there a map that you're pointing out?
Yeah, I'll reshare the Cantargo map with you.
I can open it. Because it's named Kintargo. Okay. So is it that red arrow? That's where it's at.
Yeah. Yeah. He just threw that out there.
Okay, cool.
Like how this map's
Yep.
compass is actually pointing in the right direction. It's
It
not
is.
like off
Isn't that
kilter.
convenient?
Too convenient. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think Matt needs to rotate the map.
Oh yeah.
Just
And
like
we would
5
know
degrees.
you did it because the N would be sideways, right? It wouldn't be like up and down. So we knew
Yeah.
like you did this on purpose.
You rotate the map like 5 degrees just to have the end like slightly off
Oh
center.
no.
Mm-hmm.
I would be so tilted.
Oh jeez. Alright, well, you guys arrived there.
I will listen and order a beer.
Listen, order a beer.
Yeah,
So
I
the
guess we
man
should go in
named
and look around.
the man named after the tavern is indeed there working it. And I believe I
Alright.
have a picture for you. Yes, here he is. This is Rinston Clenchjaw John.
He must be related to the clencher.
He has a pretty gruff look, but he's actually pretty he's not a big muscly like blowhard.
Oh, he's not the clenchiest.
No, he's not clenchy at all. Except for his jaw. His jaw, like he has resting bitch face basically.
Yeah.
He just has the look of somebody tough and imposing. But he's more level-headed than that. As he kept things in line in his tavern in days of late. But no, he serves you a beer, Freedom.
Nice.
And the tavern is pretty placid right now.
I'm gonna like try to see if anybody looks, I don't know, like out of place or nervous or something. You know, kind of scan through the tavern.
Okay, you can give me a perception.
Perception. Let me also make sure I
Kind
don't
of do the
have
same
my...
thing.
Okay, yeah, I don't have my bird with me, so I do not have alertness. Not very great. If been a sense motive, it'd been better. Not by much. Would have been a little better though. Alright, so I'm not seeing much probably. Nope, I'll just order
Okay,
some
2113.
order some food and
I'll roll a
whatnot.
perception for listening, but not super good at this stuff.
Okay.
Well,
So yeah, you guys are taking a look around or listening, and things seem pretty quiet and unassuming. Kane, you're the only one who notices something. That there's a corner of the tavern that is noticeably less tidy than the rest of the place. There's crumbs and stuff from food that have accumulated here
Hmm.
and that haven't been cleaned up.
Okay. It's kind of weird.
Hmm.
I guess he'll keep an eye out over there. Like keep a look and see if he sees anything. I don't know. But I mean, just a messy corner. Maybe they just haven't got
Yeah.
to it yet.
I mean, do you bring it up to Rinston or anybody else?
I'll bring it up to Mon since he's been here before. Be like, is that corner always like that?
I don't remember it being like that.
Yeah, you know the place is being relatively clean.
Yeah. Conchta usually runs this place pretty tight.
Like a clenched jaw.
I mean, he normally has no qualms about kicking people out if they piss him off or making a mess of things in one way or another. Or at least that's how I remember it being before. So if he had unruly guests or something that were making a mess like that, then yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't been like taken care of in some way. It definitely feels a little off, but although there's no signs of any sort of fights or anything going on, so perhaps it's I don't know. Some part of it might just be expectations playing mind games on me.
Maybe.
By the way,
Rinston
I'll
does
just
tell
anybody
Freedom
check
that
in. Yeah.
he doesn't recognize his face around here, and you've got quite a face, pristine almost.
Except for that missing tooth.
Maybe Freedom hasn't like smiled or opened their mouth enough for it to be noticeable.
Yeah.
He's flattered and nods.
If he were to see the missing tooth, that would be the unusual thing to Rinston.
My
Fair
life would be
face, but
over.
missing a tooth.
Just makes him
It
all
would
the more
suggest to
striking.
him, yeah, it makes him all the more noticeable. He'd assume that, oh, you get into trouble if you've got a missing tooth.
Clearly a troublemaker.
And
Does
yeah, he's like, oh,
does
I
it
don't
seem
want any
like anybody
troublemakers around
like
here.
goes and sits in that like corner, or
No,
are people like sticking clear of it?
it doesn't seem like anyone's avoiding it, but no one's like going there.
It's like nagging at the back of Kane's mind.
But
He'll
as you do survey it, one of the other people who works the tavern like comes over and notices the mess, and they say, "Oh, sorry, we'll get this cleaned up." This has been happening pretty recently, what with all the bar fights and stuff within the past week. People
say
make messes, and we've got our hands full trying to settle things down. And old clench jaw over there, don't know what it is, man, but like every night he he nods off.
Oh.
He must be doing something late at night, because we've never seen him this tired for like 5 days now. And when he sleeps deep. Like, we have to try and wake him up. It's been more productive for us to just let him snooze and try to break up the fights. But we can't do all of that and make sure everything's like super spotty clean.
What are these fights usually over?
Oh, you know, someone starts talking about, oh, I bet I could kick Thrune's ass if he were to come in here, and someone else says, you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, and then they're at each other.
It's just angry people fisting at each other for no reason, really.
Either complaining about, yeah, either complaining about the government or complaining about people not doing anything, or people just sometimes we've heard some pretty bad your mama jokes.
Mm.
Yeah, that's pretty heinous.
You get knocked out if you say your mama joke to the wrong person.
Yeah, someone was about to get their head dunked in one of the toilets just the other night.
Ugh.
So yeah, if I mean, please enjoy the tavern right now while it's nice, but they they look at like whatchamacallit, some kind of time telling aid.
They look at the sundial on their wrist.
Yeah. They say, yeah, things kind of start to get a little um unpredictable here after 5 o'clock.
Maybe we should stick around, see what happens.
That's
Perhaps we
what you
can
want to do.
channel that energy into a more productive manner.
But please don't try to add to any of the political turmoil.
No comment.
All right, what do you guys do?
Enjoy my beer.
You enjoy your beer. Rinston will keep topping you off as long as you ask for it.
Maybe just 2 at the most.
Just two. That's a modest person. He comment.
I have to
Knowing
stay
to hold
alert.
your liquor is like quite keep an alert mind. He kind of yawns into his hand and says, "I wish I could do that myself."
I heard there's a magical ring. No, I'm kidding.
You can see that he's got like a his own little coffee brewing thing. That he doesn't have like a cup ready right now, but it's clear that he's trying to keep himself from falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then unless anyone does anything specific, I will move time forward ahead a couple hours.
I'm gonna bring that up to him, actually. I'll say something like, oh, you seem so tired.
Alright, he'll engage in that discussion. He tells you that he has no idea what it is, but for like the past week now, he's been having problems staying awake.
Are you staying up late, waking up early? Like, is your schedule abnormal?
He tells you that he hasn't changed his schedule one bit, and he only feels comfortable telling you this because you got an honest looking face.
Yes.
I'm gonna while it's happening, I'm gonna like try to go off like within 60 feet, but off to the side where I may hopefully not notice as much. And I'm gonna use detect magic and direct my cone for detect magic towards him and see if there's any sort of magical effect on him.
Okay. So you do that while he's talking with Freedom. You don't detect any auras on him.
Okay.
He also tells you, Freedom, at some point, that his schedule hasn't changed. He hasn't been doing anything different, but he has noticed a change in his clientele.
Oh.
That he's pretty sure a lot of these rabble rousers that are quick to throw down are patrons that were coming from the burned down Thrashing Badger.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
He
Right.
says, I'm not gonna turn people away from my establishment. And you know, when I first started getting new customers, it wasn't so much of a problem. I could handle them, and they fell in pretty quickly with our crowd. But I mean, give them the chance, and gosh, they just let loose with their frustrations.
Well, that's really unfortunate. But yes, turning away business wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense now, would it?
I just don't know what I'm gonna do.
Um,
He tells you that he's got coffee that he brews for himself, but hasn't noticed any kind of difference.
how about you hire more staff?
He says, I can't really afford to pay that many other people, but he looks at you and he says, if you wanna try and keep an extra eye out for me, I'd be mighty appreciative.
Freedom just kind of seems speechless. He's like, I will certainly stop trouble if I see it.
He thanks you, and that he says that uh, sometimes you don't need a bald fist to stop an argument. You just need some choice words and a good demeanor.
Or a good dance.
He blinks incredulously when you say that, and he says, "Well, whatever works for you."
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else do anything before I turn time forward?
I have a few drinks.
Okay. What about Kane?
He might have like a couple little like snacks, but he doesn't drink anything other than like water or whatever like normal beverage there is.
All right.
Caleb's definitely like getting
time here.
tipsy.
Well, my guy likes keeping a clear head until he can.
There's actually
Like,
a
feels like
drinking
he can relax.
formula, Zerdarium, based on your con. And if
Yeah,
you
that's how many
drink
drinks
past
you can have.
the number,
He has a lot of con.
you end up with the, what is it? Sickened, or I don't know. You end up with a condition.
Yeah, sickened.
I mean, I'm
He's
not
got a
trying to
fair amount
get
of con.
sick, drunk, just, have impaired judgment,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't meet Safa. Safa would drink to get sickened.
She was actively trying to ruin her body.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was definitely self-destructive.
She came back for more after she was not dead, after
Ugh.
falling into the rocky cliffs of the ocean. All right, so it's 30 minutes past 5, and you guys can tell that yes, there are some more vocal and just shy of rowdy customers that come in. They start occupying the tables. They toast their drinks loudly. And Rinston is still awake right now. He's keeping a watchful eye, and he's on his like second cup of coffee within 30 minutes.
Oh no.
What do you guys do?
I motion to the others. How about we stay a bit longer?
Alright.
Yeah.
So you guys
we'll
wait.
stay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to observe this crowd a bit longer.
You do that.
I'll tell Rinston that I would like a third drink now, and I pay him up for that.
Yep, he serves you up. We'll say another 30 minutes goes by. It is 6 p.m. There's some music going. It seems like a minstrel has taken up a space in the tavern. There's music going. Things are still seeming pretty like okay. There's a lot of talk and there's a good crowd now, but nothing unmanageable.
Yeah. Starting to think maybe it's just rumors. Like this place seems like pretty calm, honestly.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind leaving. I'd hate to find out that something happens when we do, but I don't know.
Well, why don't you guys give me a perception check?
Sure.
Alright.
Oof.
My guy's really digital and not drinking.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're just not reading
did
the
okay.
crowd super well here. I don't know. Can't see shit. I'm staring too hard at something, therefore I'm not seeing other things.
Oh yeah, those are some pretty low perceptions.
Not tonight, eh?
That's okay. It'll just make things more interesting.
Oh, okay.
You guys hear something? You guys hear one of the tables growing increasingly louder.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. It's like we're getting up like we're gonna leave, and then
Yeah.
something happens.
Something happens.
Do we hear a specific Yo Mama joke that ignites?
It might be a Yo Mama joke. Uh, it is indeed a jest that someone has thrown around, comparing someone else's mama to the face that one lady Nox has.
Ah ha ha.
Like, your mama's so ugly that she makes Nox look pretty.
Oh shit.
And there's a hootin' and
Yeah, it's a pretty
hollering
bad Yo
here.
Mama joke. I would be upset as well.
And they start talking about, well, I heard yo mama was fornicating with Hellhound. And it keeps going back and forth, but no one's thrown a punch yet. But you guys do notice at this time, at least that Caleb, you notice that Rinston is kind of slumped over and asleep.
Of course he is.
I should just like whip out
I'll
a cane and a
cast-
top hat and start singing,
Oh.
"Hello, my lady. Hello, my darling."
Yeah.
Uh-oh, guys, there's a... This could end up turning into a fight after all.
I'm not sure if we should wait around and wait for that to happen, though.
You guys see one of the servers bringing drinks to one of those tables, and they slip.
Like, they tripped?
And they trip, yeah, and the drinks go crashing down onto the table, where a huge mess has now been made.
Uh-oh.
And one of the rowdy patrons looks to someone across to one of the other tables and exclaims, "Hey, did you just push her?"
Oh no.
And the other guy says, "Fuck off, mate. How could I push her from 3 meters over here?"
I'll get up out of my seat and start helping her up, and, like, I'll try to, like, become some sort of
You start
shield
to help
between her
them
and
up,
any people.
Freedom, and you notice that as you walk over, the ground is really slippery.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Like greasy, almost.
Ugh. What are they drinking?
It definitely wasn't something from the glasses.
Oh, shit, that was on purpose, maybe.
But yeah, someone has
Yeah.
exclaimed, "You can't just go pushing waitresses around here," and says, "I'ma deck you one." And there's people getting up, and they're ready to brawl.
I'll try to usher her, like, out of the situation.
You do. You start carrying. You start guiding her out.
And I'm gonna like glance around and be like, where's Clench Jaw?
He's asleep over at the
Right.
bar.
I didn't see that though because I rolled terrible on my perception. So I'm
Yeah, but
hoping
you
maybe
see him
Caleb
now.
would point me out. Okay, that works too. I see him like dozing off there, and now I'm gonna cast Detect Magic again.
Alright, you start casting Detect Magic. You're sweeping the area. And this time you
Mostly-
do Detect Magic. But not from
Alright.
him.
Okay.
You're detecting an aura in the tavern, and it's moving.
A
Oh.
moving aura.
Yeah. Because it gets out of your 60-foot cone at some point. But,
like someone.
Yeah, so these guys are all throwing down now. There's like 5 people that are throwing punches, and the rest of the crowd is either backing away from them or they're shouting them on. And the servers are doing what they can to like pick up pieces of broken glass or plates safely and avoiding the fight. They don't look like they want to break this up.
If only I could channel. I'd be like, channel!
I'm gonna
But I can't, so...
try to I'm gonna say there's something here, and I'm gonna try to get up and like try to follow where that aura was coming, like where
Okay.
the direction I saw it disappear into.
Okay.
Kane and Caleb, what are you guys doing?
Kane, he's gonna try to break up the fight.
Ooh.
All right. You should try to break up the fight.
I'm conflicted.
Roll me
What? You're
an
here for a fight.
intimidate, Kane, if you want to try to break up the fight.
I know, but do I try and break it up or do I join in? That's what I'm conflicted about.
I mean, this
I'll
is
try and
pretty
break it up,
chaotic, Caleb.
Yeah, no, I'll
You
try
have
and
to roll
break
me
it up,
intimidate.
but like in trying to break it up, it will probably make me get involved.
That's what you wanted, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty intimidating.
Ooh, a 35. All right,
He comes
well,
with the
while
scythe, and
they're
they're all like,
busy
the guy
doing
with the
that.
scythe! No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, they recognize him.
Yeah.
Oh god,
yeah,
it's the Scythe Man. Does he has a scythe in the tavern?
It's
too, like-
Scyther!
That'd be
did you bring your
weird.
scythe into the tavern?
He goes everywhere with that scythe, so he probably
Yeah.
did, right?
Yeah.
He likes
It's my
sleep
walking
that
stick.
scythe.
It's
Yeah,
Slasher too.
like when he's
Do you even
asleep.
like hide it at all? Like put like a clear cloak over it or something?
Oh man.
I use it as a walking stick, so
No, he doesn't hide it at all.
Oh gosh, this guy's so ridiculous.
I don't carry it around everywhere I go, but when we're going to a tavern where I know that brawls happen, then I
Yeah.
would bring it with me.
I like to think that when he's
like I didn't bring it to the dancing thing.
He sleeps with
It
the
was, like,
scythe
backstage.
next to him under the covers.
Yeah.
With a little nightcap on. Like the scythe.
So,
has a
yeah, so I don't
nightcap.
cut myself on it,
It is
obviously.
because he sleepwalks and he wakes up and he
We
sleeps.
can
That's
put
right.
eagle eyes on the scythe.
Yeah.
You need to give that scythe a personality. And she
name
like
it
thinks
only
they're
friend.
married or something.
He's gonna get like a intelligent scythe at some point.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny actually.
Yeah. Alright, so you guys are working on breaking up the brawl. It'll probably succeed with a 35.
Yeah.
Amon, you are looking around for that aura. Give me a knowledge arcana.
Knowledge Arcana. Alright. Yeah, I'm following it, trying to maintain the concentration to keep the detect magic going. It's a fairly low roll, but low level Pathfinder. I'm assuming you're checking a DC or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. You actually don't know what this aura is. But you feel the aura expire. And you lose track of it.
Okay.
But you know that it's because whatever magic you were detecting has faded. It didn't walk out of your cone. Whatever effect it was, it ran out of its duration.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah, I'm just
somebody
gonna
was
like kind of try to.
invisible, and now they're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like look into like the crowd of people and see if somebody seems like their behavior seems off or something. Like maybe somebody.
Give me
seems
perception
nervous.
if you're looking.
Damn it! I was hoping for a sense motive. All right, perception. And yep, not happening.
Ooh, yeah. Not looking good. Kane and Caleb, you guys walk into this fight, and you give a pretty good force of personality here.
Yeah. Stop it, or else I'm gonna slash you up with my scythe.
I don't think you say that.
Oh.
But you are very intimidating.
But whatever I say, it's very slurred. Not
It's
not
very
like
slurred?
Well, maybe not very, but like it is slurred.
Well, maybe you have a little bit of like inebriation empathy with them.
Look, guys,
That
there's
makes it
no reason
scarier.
to fight here. Okay, I don't want to have to get involved and stop you. Let's just everyone calm down.
That's
Or
very
else.
intimidating. There we go.
Yeah, they can feel your aura.
Or else, and he reveals the scythe.
There's more weight behind your words than the alcohol you've drunk. Something about this farm boy seems off. He's got like those menacing JoJo things about him.
It's like he says something and you're not sure if he's joking or not. And if he's not, then you're scared.
And Kane is also looking tough there, with beside him being a half-orc. They don't know who this duo is, but they're starting to calm down, begrudgingly, of course. Freedom, what are you doing now that you've gotten some servers of safety?
I'll, like, if nobody's, like, focused on me, because hopefully they're not, I might notice Amon, like, running around, like, looking for something. So I'm gonna try to detect evil in just some
Detect evil?
places. Yeah.
Okay.
And see if there's anything powerful here. I don't know.
You start sweeping with detect evil, but you do not detect the presence of anything evil or overtly powerful enough to be evil. But still give me a perception as you look around.
Uh-oh. Oh. I did okay.
That's a good roll. Okay. You don't see anyone out of the ordinary, Freedom, but you do notice something.
Okay.
That there's a corner of the tavern where all of the plates are suspiciously empty.
Is that not how plates usually are?
Well, they're suspicious because there's a lot of them there, and normally somebody would have come and picked them up, like a busser or whatnot.
Well, it's the table of the people who were fighting. And you remember that as they started, there was food on their plates, and they haven't been doing anything since then except for fight.
Oh. Oh. Hmm.
And on top of that, you can see little crumbs and like a little trail, basically, of food on the ground.
Can I follow the crumbs?
You certainly can. Do you guys have survival?
I lost him. Some guy stepped in front of me and kicked him around, and now I'm lost. You see Freedom crawling around on the ground.
Yeah.
I maybe
Someone else
don't.
wanna
My
give me a
perception is
try?
super low.
I mean, I can. I don't know if I'm still breaking up the fight or not.
It seems like it's pretty broken up by now. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can do better than that.
Kane
I can
starts
roll
to
if you want
follow
me
this
to.
trail of crumbs. It's not super hard to follow.
Alright.
It starts to lead you around the tables, and there's a part of the tavern here that looks like the part where like it accommodates people who want to do some minor performances like people playing music or dancing and stuff like that. It's not quite like a stage, but it's an area for that.
Okay.
And you notice that the crumbs are going behind they're going behind a a drawn curtain, so you can see the stage, but yeah, they're going around it. Something is gone behind it.
He'll go up to the curtain and like pull it open. Or like
You pull it open, and you see something.
Ooh.
Let me go grab that thing. You guys see. Oh, make it bigger. Alright, you guys see this surprised and eating things.
Okay.
Oh.
Little trickster. It's been stealing people's
It
food.
gasps when you reveal it, and it tries to fly away. Do you do anything?
he'll try to grab it.
All right, go ahead and roll me a CMB.
Eh? Eh?
That's pretty good. I think you got it. I believe in you.
You do indeed beat its CMD, and you grab it. The creature is
All right.
tiny in size, barely, no bigger than a house cat. And while it is quick, you're quicker than it is. And it kind of like squirms and struggles around in your grasp, and its diaphanous wings like fold back, and its ears also like go down, and it squeaks to you in common. It says, "Please let me go. I didn't mean any harm."
he, he looks at it, he's like, you didn't mean any harm, then what do you call that? And he like looks at like all the like people that were like brawling.
That almost brawling, at least. You guys broke it up.
Yeah, well, it started.
Still a
but yeah.
mess though. Yeah, there's still a mess because like the
Yeah,
serving
all this stuff,
the server
chairs and
dropped
everything
our
all over.
stuff. Yeah.
It chirps, but it also keeps its like its frowny face and says, um, it was just a harmless prank at first.
At first. And then it turned to something more, it looks like. Kane's like kind of being harsh with it, but he looks at the others like, I don't know what to do with this thing.
Do I know what this is?
You
Yeah,
guys
roll
can roll
knowledge?
me a knowledge arcana. Yep, knowledge arcana.
I don't have knowledge arcana.
Yeah, it's surprisingly I have to have some knowledge arcana to become a Hell Knight.
Well, maybe you learn it here or something.
So yeah.
Amon, you do think you know what this is. Caleb, you do not.
Alright.
This is in fact a dragon. Not a very common kind, though. These kinds of dragons are related to pseudo-dragons, but they have fey influence, but not quite enough to to make them not dragons anymore. These are colloquially known as fairy dragons.
These are normally like they're good creatures, like chaotic good, I think.
Yeah.
They're playful. They like innocent
Mhm.
tricks. Yeah.
Yeah, the fairy dragon squeaks again that the tavern needed a good joke to break up all of the nasty things they were saying. I didn't think that they were going to get even nastier.
Yeah, sometimes that's how things go.
But
Sometimes a prank like that can just push people even more over the edge.
sometimes people like to fight.
It's not that
I
they
suppose
like
that's
to
true.
fight. They feel the need that they have to in order to survive.
The little dragon says, and sometimes people also need to speak their mind.
That they do.
It was never.
I think he's on to something. There's some people. I
It
think
was
some
never
people
a
like
problem
the adrenaline.
before. At the other place.
What other place?
No, he's one of the clientele from the Thrashing Badger as well.
When he starts describing the other place, yeah, it sounds like he's describing the Thrashing Badger.
So it sounds like maybe like the patrons had a different political view at that tavern than the ones at this tavern, and now.
Oh yeah. The Thrashing
Yeah,
Badger
they're-
was a much more rowdy establishment than
Yeah.
this place. And that was just one of the
They're just
inevitable
not
things.
seeing
Like
eye to eye.
when that place burned down, and some of the patrons of the Thrashing Badger ended up finding their way here. Yeah, they brought their culture here. Like I don't know. I mean, this is just a dive bar basically, right? And like
Yeah, it's becoming a dive bar.
well, I mean, it was a dive bar before, but I mean, dive bars each have their own cultures, like based on who the local patrons are, right?
Right.
And, like, so it had changed because there was new people coming from this other dive bar, but yeah, this guy apparently was a pretty big part of that, I guess.
Perhaps. He squeaks and says, "I promise I'll stop teasing people."
How are we
Yeah,
Just
gonna
let
know?
me go.
I mean, I'm okay with just doing that. These creatures are very like they don't tend to cause actual harm. At least not in any permanent sense, the way that some other fey creatures might.
Perhaps he can find, or it can find, a way to be more useful with its tricks than not.
Maybe.
His
What the hell
ears
do you have in
perk
mind?
up when you say that, and says, "Oh,
I mean,
I'm all ears.
I don't have any
Very
ideas right
pretty
now.
person."
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, yes. Anyways, surely your tricks can be of good.
The little fairy dragon says, "Perhaps we can talk somewhere outside. And if you're still holding him," and he says, "somewhere I can stretch my wings, please."
He will. He'll nod.
Okay.
Mm.
There's like little bits of like dust left over on your hands,
Oh,
like from
he-
his little wings, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. He'll look at the
What were you
dragon
gonna
and
say?
he looks back at the owner. He's like, he looks at the dragon and looks at the owner. He's like, "Can you do anything about that?" Kind of. I think it
Oh,
was you that put him
he's
to sleep.
dozing off still, right?
Yeah, he's still asleep.
A fairy dragon can become a familiar.
It can. And the fairy dragon chuckles and says, "Oh, he's okay. It's better this way. I mean, maybe. Maybe not now that people are fighting, but he doesn't like people to speak their mind. So I put him to sleep."
Okay. I'll guess I'll follow it outside.
Okay. Yeah, like it keeps like whatever little like bits of food like it's taken in its hands, and it starts to like fly low to the ground and makes an exit at the door.
As we're walking,
It almost kind of does walk like a cat too when it does like get down to the ground to blend in.
as we're walking,
All right.
I'll say to my allies, I wonder if this thing can be useful for us. We can put things to sleep.
I'm
Maybe,
sure it
but
can.
they're very. Their minds work very weirdly.
But
I'd be very
yeah.
careful about what sort of tasks you. They don't value things the same way that that people do. They tend to have very arcane priorities.
By the looks of it, it looks like it's hungry.
Well, that was
Hungry
just
for
a
adventure.
reward. Yeah, it was reward for his fun.
So you guys, I'm assuming, go outside,
Yeah.
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 and you don't see it.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep, there's crickets. You don't see it. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably ran off.
Could have figured.
Yeah. This is
That's what
about
happened.
As
what
you guys
expect.
swallow rejection and start to walk off, someone hears a voice, a very high-pitched, "I'm over here!"
Oh god.
And it darts out from an alley. It is a little flip in the air, leaving fairy dust in its wake.
Oh god.
I was happier before
How
it did
adorable.
that. How terrible.
It struts around on like a barrel or something nearby.
Yeah, I like the image. Like Freedom's
know
like,
what this-
wow, and Amon's like, oh.
God.
You know what this fairy dragon is? It's the Cheshire Cat.
Well, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Seems like a playful.
I guess
Fellow.
we'll. Is it like making fun of us, or is it like saying
No,
come
it
over
doesn't
here?
seem to be mocking you. It's like actively engaging in play with you.
Oh, okay.
It licks at one of its
Yeah, I
little
don't know what to do.
claws, well, like a cat, but you can see he's licking off like whatever food he had clutched in it.
I guess Kane will reach into his bag, a ration or like
So-
some food that he has, and like hold it in his hand.
Oh, he takes it.
I'm thinking that if this fellow wants to like toy with people, why don't we describe what the people look like that he should be toying with? Such as
If you say that audibly, he notices and says, "Play? I'm always up for being for playing."
yes, play.
See how I made the bar more interesting?
I know certain individuals in this town that love play. Oh, I'm gonna get him killed, aren't I? Oh shit.
You
Maybe,
might.
yeah.
I was gonna say.
That's
I
what
was gonna say they might not be playing.
But
I was
as you
gonna
get his
say-
attention, he introduces himself to you and he says, "My name is Vendelfeck. What's yours?"
Oh, I'm Freedom.
Kane.
He has like a fit of giggles, like when you tell him your name, and he says, "Ah, that is the best name I've ever heard."
Of course. Well, I mean, then other things that we can do is maybe just be friends with him, and then if we have like a mission where we, like, I don't know, need a distraction. But I'm not sure. Either way, we got him out of the tavern, so don't go back there.
He frowns when you say that and says, "Aww."
Yeah.
Well, can I go with you then?
Not with me.
I don't see why not. I look at the others.
You
I
gotta
don't think it's
walk
a good
and
idea.
feed him.
I think he can walk and feed
Yeah.
himself.
You're gonna be responsible for him, then sure.
Kane will look at him and say, "Sure." Kane's like thinking of stuff this little guy can do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amon's just seeing trouble. He's like, these things
Yeah.
are capricious and like I don't want to deal with this mess.
As a
But,
player,
yeah,
I
you guys wanna
smell
do it.
trouble, but as a character, oh yes, I want this little
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah. Oh, I like them as a player, but like Amon as a character is like not on board for
Yeah.
for this. He's like, yeah, no thanks. Keep me out
Well,
of
what
this.
he's
Yeah.
where Kane's
Seems
coming from
harmless
is what this little guy's like saying is kind of what our like whole rebellion's about. Is like
Mhm.
people, oh, that guy was a lame. People will speak their mind, so you shut him up, and then made it to where
Yeah,
people can
he's,
speak their mind.
The fairy dragon is currently hovering by Caleb, and he's using the blade of your scythe as like a mirror to like preen himself.
Perfect. I am used to using this scythe to slice creatures like that, but I resist the urge.
It's very sweet of you.
Does it not mind the cold
Alright,
iron
so
of the blade?
Kane's willing for it. That
He doesn't seem to be perturbed by it.
Okay. I find it interesting.
He finds you interesting as well.
Oh,
yes.
good.
He tells you that in your mind.
I just love the puffs of color and
I just
fairy dust
smile.
and stuff when it moves around. I'm just like, oh, it's so
Oh yeah, when he
pretty.
moves, you can see like the little like glittery sparkles he leaves
Yeah.
behind.
If I can just have him flutter around me all the time, that'll just amplify my visual image.
He thinks that your friend here, your glum friend, could use something like that, and he flits around Amon before he like tries to land on his shoulder.
Yeah, I like kind of do the jerk away, like yep, like wave my hands away, like that.
And then he does that like aggressive like cat leg rubbing thing.
Yeah, ugh, terrible.
He is very much like a cat, but he's a little dragon with wings.
okay.
But yeah, he agrees to stop harassing the tavern,
Okay.
and he'll go with one of you if you take him in.
You can come with me as long as you promise not to cause any trouble and never tell anybody where we are.
It's clear that he sees it like a game, but he says that oh yeah, he'll keep the secret real good,
Okay.
and that he's excited to have more people to play with and find more entertainment with.
I'm just thinking in my head, oh god.
Ah, yes, you can
This is
totally come with us.
Yeah. This might get annoying.
And
We'll
when I
see.
get a chance,
Where
I
do
whisper
you-
over to him and I say, "Be careful of that one, though. He sleeps with his scythe and sleepwalks too, apparently."
He sleeps with his mirror? How vain.
Freedom like starts to blush. He might have a mirror in his bed. I don't know.
But you haven't mounted it on your weapon. Not like Caleb. Okay. Yeah. Vandalfek agrees to go with you, and he's basically friendly towards you at the moment.
At the moment, keywords.
Yeah. He's a capricious little creature still.
Don't make the Fae mad.
Yeah.
Okay. Cats can be
Well,
spiteful.
he's not a fae, he's a dragon.
Oh, dragon, right. He's fairy wings.
He's a
but
dragon with some fae relation, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do these
But,
type of dragons like to hoard? Am I gonna expect missing?
Do you
gems?
ask him?
I do. I ask him if he collects.
He tells you that he
Are you
has
a
a
hoarder?
wonderful treasure trove
Oh.
that is full of expensive liquors and jewelry, and it's
Oh.
very pretty. And he says that he can show you some of his treasures sometime.
Where is it?
He puts like one of his little claws up to his lips, and he says it's a secret.
Perhaps sometime, if you care to share. But that's your treasure. Freedom like glances over at the others, like when he says like liquor and gems. Did we find gems with that alcohol?
You did not.
No. Okay. Okay. Maybe he's still thinking
probably
that
took them.
anyways. Yeah.
But yeah, he plays up that it's a magnificent treasure hoard.
Mm-hmm. It's like 5 coppers.
It might be, but he's proud of it.
He can only carry so much, so you gotta work
He
with
is a
what you
little
got.
dude, yeah.
Yeah. Get him like a miniature bag of holding. Can you do that? Craft like the tiniest bag of holding. I mean, they do resize to the person, right?
It would resize for him, yeah.
There you go. I'm gonna give
Yeah,
him a
maybe he has,
handy
like, a little
haversack. He can just take his treasure with him.
He could. That would be so nice. Give him a little backpack. Cute little backpack.
So did we have any other plans? That was the only rumor we heard, right? Other than the other rumors.
Yeah, we
was.
had
I mean, we have a bunch of existing rumors, yeah.
Yeah.
However, as it is 9 o'clock and we are down Drew, I actually would like to conclude the session
Yeah.
for now, so that we
Okay.
don't do too much without him. And I do have a little chunk of XP to give you guys.
Ooh. Nice.
Yay!
Yep, experience
Will that bring
for
us to level 30? Please?
No,
not quite
no
yet.
Highly
way.
unlikely.
I'm
No
so
way in
tired
hell.
of being level 2.
We're like we're gonna be level 2 for a few more sessions.
No.
Yeah. But you do get bonus experience for getting this little guy to be friendly towards you. He is actually a unique ally that you can take advantage of.
Hell yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I mean, usually I would not be a fan of the Fae, but I'm like, he seems kind of cute and harmless. Unlike
He's
some
a
of the
blue
Fae that are more
dragon. You've been
deviant.
asking for a blue dragon forever.
Oh, freedom
Okay.
is...
Okay, is he a fairy dragon? Is that what he is?
Yeah,
He's a fairy
Yeah.
dragon. So he
Okay.
is actually a dragon. He's not.
So he's Fae and
not
dragon,
Fae.
though, right?
No, he's not Fae.
Are fairy dragons not Fae? I thought they were.
He's more
They're not
dragon
Fae.
than Fae.
Yeah, he's more dragon
Okay.
than anything else.
Kind of like how
Which
he's
means he's a
he's as
sorc,
much Fae as like a
probably.
gnome basically.
It's kind of
He's as much Fae as a
Yeah,
gnome
like a
basically.
gnome.
Like he doesn't actually have the face
I
type,
see.
but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was looking at these for a familiar in your game, Pluto.
If
actually.
somebody wanted to take
Oh,
him
okay.
as a familiar, you guys could.
I would need improved familiar for that. Yeah.
But
Right,
yeah,
you'd
this
also
thing
need
is
a way to get a
pretty
familiar.
good.
Now, if you just
I could
do you have
theoretically
to
do it,
have
but
the
I'm not going
ability
to.
bring a familiar in order to get improved familiar, or can you just not have access to
Yes.
familiar and then get
You have to have familiar first.
Okay,
You have to have
yeah.
a familiar first, and then you can take improved familiar.
Yes.
Theoretically, I could do it because I already have a familiar, but I'm not going to.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe my squire wants a familiar.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Which I
Yeah,
don't know what my
Amon
squire's gonna do
is
with it.
more.
Or he could just be a cohort of yours,
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
and he can.
Because like Amon's
He can gain
too,
class levels.
I will
can't
be
take
like
him as
orderly
animal
to
companions, right?
get along well with
Yeah.
a fairy dragon. Like, he's
Probably
too,
not.
He's too structured,
He's
so
too
like it wouldn't
chaotic.
make sense. Yeah, it wouldn't work. Like Amon still has some of that kind of like he definitely has a lot of that like lawful kind of like he likes order and structure in his life.
I am lawful, yes, but this is fabulous. And until it does something
Oh yeah, no, I
bad,
think I think freedom's like a different kind of I don't know, flavor of lawful than
Yes.
Amon is.
not
Mhm.
so much lawful, more freeful.
Yeah.
Freeful.
We have like yours is more like following like keeping true to yourself and having like a really strict code of like like for yourself, like high expectations for your own like personal code of conduct, but whereas like Amon's is actually like he wants to have like structure and things being in order and like
Whereas mine's a lot more like discipline and, kind of in between, like people.
no, that's kind of where
Being
I
treated
like,
fairly.
mine is too. Like I said, I mean Amon used to be he's he's worked within that framework like his entire life. So he used to be a devil conjurer and dealt a lot with like devil contracts
Yeah.
and shit too. So, which I guess is also related. I mean, Hell Knight. If you're going into Hell Knights, that's emulating the Legion
Oh,
of
yeah.
Hell. So
Yeah, I see some party
Yep.
clashing with some of the future characters.
maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
the character
But, yeah.
the character that got introduced, the elf that introduced is either I haven't fully decided. Like I guess if I end up having to play that character, but probably either be an eldritch scoundrel or maybe a warlock vigilante.
Oh, that's neat.
But yeah, so that's kind of like the thing there. It's like he actually like Amon helped him for a little bit, like studying magic basically. So that's what he was like asking about. Was like
His
if
studies.
he like kept up with it or not. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he's kept up with his studies in magic. But like he's kind of like drifted around from like he's like one of those kind of he's like a guy I work with who has like who I swear has like a new hobby like every 2 months or something like that. Like, oh yeah, I've been doing that. I'm doing this other thing that I spend a bunch of money on getting invested into. He's kind of like that. Maybe not necessarily spending money, but yeah, he kind of drifts around from different things.
hmm
So at one point he was into the magic thing, but yeah,
So he's the person that multi-classes in every class.
something like that. But I'm not quite. Like I said, I'm just gonna have him as an eldritch scoundrel or a warlock vigilante. So I'm thinking eldritch
Yeah.
scoundrel is what I'm leaning more towards. But so he's got
Yeah,
kind
especially
of
if
like,
I'm making a vigilante, it might be. I don't know.
The one-
We know that it's
Uh,
fine, but Matt said before he didn't want two vigilantes in this game.
I actually thought about it as
freedom
well.
is not dying, so my guy's gonna be a cohort.
True.
I've also
Caleb
thought
is not
about
going to
with this character
Ever.
even multi-classing one level dip into vigilante at some point, but I don't know. It's hard to find like, where it would do that. I don't think it'd be too bad though. But like it with wizards you're already at the higher progression, so it puts you down to sorcerer or arcanist progression, which isn't too bad. And the
Oh
vigilante
man,
stuff is really useful.
you're hurting me, Pluto. You're hurting me.
Yeah,
Even if you guys
Multi classing
don't
on a
end up-
wizard.
even if you guys
Yeah.
don't end up playing your replacement characters, I would still like
Oh,
for them
they'll
to
be important,
part
yeah.
of the story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am
um,
going to have to come up with this crazy fire-breathing, weapon-wielding, shotgun blasting,
Yeah,
daring
ya.
character.
Gunslinger and some flavor of vigilante multiclass is
Yeah, I wrote that
my
down
vote.
as
When you get to
what you thought.
the thing with Gunslinger is that most of if you put 5 levels into Gunslinger, you get most of the important bits from it. So they're really viable to multiclass at that point. Like
I even like
you're
one
looking-
point of Gunslinger.
yeah, even 1 point's fine. 5 is what you need to get the dex to damage. But and then after that, I think their deeds like I think they scale with like to some degree they scale with character level rather than gunslinger level for a lot of them. So or like they don't have any
okay.
scaling at all. So it's one of those like when you continue leveling in gunslinger, usually the main thing you're getting is just more deeds. But like you don't necessarily
But
need
if
those. You
if
you
that's
just take
not
the
my
first
thing.
5 levels, if you just take and yeah,
Well, even dex of
those-
damage, I might not need. Like,
True.
it would
Yeah,
be nice.
You could
but
just
I don't
go
see.
1 or 2 levels.
I don't see like a shotgun as like my go-to in combat. It's like a finishing move or like a signature move.
That's fair too.
Right,
Yeah.
it's not like
There's
my every
also-
round.
There might be. I'm not sure if there is. There might be a vigilante archetype that gives.
That gives guns. I was pretty
wouldn't
sure
be
there was.
surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be
So
surprised.
I think I've read that about that one
and there's
at some point, or
also
a couple even.
there's also a gun-based fighter archetype as well. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's also
I was
kind of
thinking
an
of-
out there option, but
Oh, that's your squire.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Barry's gonna most likely be a separatist cleric.
Cool.
Okay.
where he has a slightly different faith than others of his like deity, so he's able to take a domain that's not in that deity's normal repertoire.
Go for something revolution based.
Well, his Desna does have liberation, which is I think not is part of hers, and then he's gonna do
I'm
like
curious what Drew's character that he was
Oh,
going to introduce
gosh.
would have been.
like killing or something like that was gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
the other one.
Drew actually sent me like 3 different characters.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's got.
Which one you
got
want
He's
to
really
go
good.
with? then?
He's
got a
really good
set.
at this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad
Yeah,
he
he's
wasn't here
good.
tonight.
He's
I had,
good at making characters.
I had my other option I was thinking of is just having Albanius be there. I think that would have been kind of fun, but I was like, we already have a paladin though. But it
Yeah,
would have
resurrect
been
an old character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I liked Albanius.
How
I didn't mind getting
Kane?
to bring him
No,
How-
that'd be good. Like, I'm gonna be up front with the shield, providing shield bonuses to people around me, and then you, with your reach, are behind me.
That's true. Yeah. He had
that does work
Paladins
nicely.
tonight! Woo!
Yeah, he also had like the
And
fast channel stuff as well, so he could have done.
I'm playing Kane. Like how I picture Kane in this is he's
We don't need a healer,
the
we just
Green Arrow.
channel a bunch, like a bunch of paladins. Channel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kane's the Green Arrow, and of like that's kind of what I'm playing him, where he's more like will do whatever needs to be done type of
Yeah.
like hero.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know where Caleb fits in. I'll be trying to get flanks for sneak attack bonuses, so I'll be like, moving around a
You
bit.
guys are doing a good job so far.
We'll see though.
Two.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
People know that the rebellion is happening. It's getting underway.
Actually, I'm gonna scyther people, and then I'm gonna become super menacing in combat and intimidate everyone. It's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna get silly. Like it might be terrible. I don't know, but it's gonna be silly either way.
I was thinking at some point maybe taking that level of vigilante for Amon
Yeah.
because then he could continue doing his thing. Is outside the rebellion.
There's a vigilante
like,
archetype
like,
that advances your arcane caster level or not?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that there might be. I think there might be a feat as well.
I know
That's
there's
the
some that
that's
do
the other option to look
spellcasting
into.
things.
Because I think there might be a feat that gives you just at least gives you the vigilante like 2 identities thing. I think so. That's the other option is just take a feat that does that. But because that's the only thing, that's the main thing I'd be interested in is being able to have like the 2 identities. Because if he wants to like more separate or like separate, like have 2 separate identities, basically, where he has like the Amon that's part of the rebellion, and then like the one where he's just a barrister that helps small businesses navigate local ordinances. Have that be like 2 different. But and like I said, I think with Wizard you can get away with like a 1 level dip.
I gotta figure out what my squire is gonna be, other than probably not
Clerics,
a squire.
clerics and witches can do that too because they have. I think they like witches have full progression too, right? So you did that with like Hester.
Yep. That character was so much fun. I miss her so much.
Yeah.
If I can get my squire and the fairy dragon to meet each other and be friends with each other.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna at least go to Wizard 3 and get the level 2 spells, and then the earliest I would take a level outside of Wizard would be level 4.
Sounds good. I'm gonna close Fantasy Grounds for right now.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.